My name is Naima. I'm starting this blog. Today is April 18th, Sunday, April 18th, 2021. Um, this blog is called Trial by Keto. And the reason why I'm naming that blog that is because I have been on the ketogenic diet for about 2 years now. I started May, I don't know the exact day, but it was Mother's Day 2019. And I know that because I went home to visit my mom. I saw my brother, who 3 months before that was pretty chunky. I mean, he'll kill me if he hears me say that, but he was very overweight. And all of a sudden, I saw him like a stick figure. And the vanity part of me, I mean, let's face it, we all can be a little vain. The vanity part of me was like, what did you do? And the reason why I was so, I mean, anybody would care, right? You see somebody who was once overweight and in 3 months they look super skinny. But I was more thinking like, what did you do? Because I want to do it. Let me back up a little bit further. In 2007, I weighed 244 pounds, which I cannot believe that I say those words. Not the words, but the number. I'm not really hung up on the number, but I think for me, I was always a very active kid. I danced, I did all that. I just can't believe that I didn't care enough about my body to do something. I guess what I'm trying to say is I believe now that our bodies are a temple and we're given a gift. We're given a gift, I believe, by God. Whatever, the universe, whatever, we're here, right? But we're given a gift of this temple and it's our job to take care of it. That's what I believe. And back in 2007, I absolutely was not taking care of it. I was eating McDonald's almost every day, hamburgers, supersized fries, supersized Cokes. I ate whatever I want, and it was almost to prove something. It was like, you're not going to tell me what I can and cannot eat. I remember family members making comments that I was getting overweight, and I'm being maybe a little opposite defiant, was going to prove to them that it doesn't matter. But my weight went up to 244 and I felt really out of control, and I really, really didn't see an end in sight. Something in me at one point said, all right, enough is enough. And I felt the only way to like control myself and to get my weight under control and just be healthier. I don't know at that point that I cared about a number. I thought I wanted to wear like cuter clothes and stuff, but really what was important to me is at a certain point was to be healthier. And so I booked an appointment with a doctor and I researched a lot, and I ended up getting lap band surgery in 2007. It was actually St. Patrick's Day, because I remember telling the doctor, like, it's a lucky day, you better do a good job. So, and he did. But yeah, so St. Patrick's Day, March 17, 2007, I got lap band surgery. I was 244 pounds at my highest, and I went down. It took about a year, and I went down to a year or two, and I went down to 210. At 210 pounds, I went on a stall, and I could not lose any more weight. I tried everything, and I thought to myself, I remember the doctor saying, like, you have 100 pounds to lose. This lap band surgery is not, and it's true. I thought it was going to be magical, that I was going to get this surgery and be skinny like all my friends, but it's not the way it works. There's a huge mental play that goes on, and I can talk more about that at another time, but I just didn't lose the weight that I thought I would, but I did lose the weight that they told me I would. And that was shocking to me. They told me that if you have 100 pounds to lose, the lap band surgery you're almost guaranteed, I don't know if I should use that word, but you'll probably lose 20% of the weight that you are overweight, right? So I had 100 pounds to lose, so I lost 20 pounds. So I went down to 224, and then through a little bit more exercise, I started doing Zumba. I got down to 210, and that was it. I was stuck at 210. In 2009, I hit 210, and that was, I maybe yo-yoed a little bit to 209, 205, but basically 210 was about my average, and that lasted until Mother's Day 2019. I really just thought that this is the weight I'm going to be. I was a size 14 to 16, and I'm like, okay, I'm the average size of an American, and I kind of just accepted it. And also, in the mirror, I was pretty happy. I mean, I could fit into cuter clothes, probably not all the clothes I wanted to wear, but they were cuter than 244, so I felt satisfied. That is until I saw my brother. So I felt like if he could do it, I can do it. So I asked him what he did, and he told me keto. And I told him to share what are you doing, and like, what is keto? And he's like, I mean, my brother, he's amazing. Like, he researches things and whatever, but he goes from 0 to 100. So his version of keto was what we today know as carnivore. But he told me, just take deli meat, take cheese, roll it up. That's what you have for lunch. And for dinner, you have steak, and that's it. Just eat meat. Maybe a little vegetables, just eat meat. And I did that for like, I don't know, 2 weeks. And then I'm like, this cannot be right. And so I started researching on YouTube myself. And I found out that no, there's such thing as net carb. I didn't know about carnivore yet, but there's such thing as net carbs. And I started telling him like, oh, I found a Quest bar. And when I'm craving a sweet, I can have a Quest bar because it's net two carbs. He's like, don't pay attention to net carbs, just total carbs. That's it, blah, blah. And I tried it, but it was really hard. So then I started doing the net carb thing and still started losing. So I figured, let me stop listening to my brother and do what my body's telling me. Anyway, I went from 210. I passed, what do they call it? I forget what you call it when you get Wonderland. I passed Wonderland 199. I almost dropped dead. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. It was the best feeling ever. And then, I hadn't seen 199 since maybe college. Like, I had not seen it. And mind you, I don't know if I said this, I am currently 42 years old. So when I started this diet, I was 40. And so I'm telling you, at 40 years old, I had not seen 199 since college. So I was so excited. And yeah, I'm not going to go into every detail because that's really what I want this blog to be about. But from 2019 to 2021, or really I should say from 2019 to the end of 2020, so a year and a half, I've had quite a keto journey where I've hit plateaus and I've done egg fasts. I've hit plateaus and I've different challenges. I followed different bloggers. I'm a big fan of Keto Rewind. I'm a big fan of Nicole Burgess. I'm a big fan of Serious Keto. And I followed all of them. I followed their advice. I followed Thomas DeLauer and Dr. Berg and Dr. Ken Berry. Like, I follow all these people and they gave me such great advice. But at one point, I went home for the holidays back to New York, and I was there from November, December, January, and I was still staying on my ketogenic meal plan. I don't like to call it a diet because I don't feel restricted at all, and I really feel like this is a sustainable way of living. So I don't like to call it a diet, but I will call it a meal plan or a way of eating, or I call it different things, but usually not diet. But anyway, I went home and I was able to sustain it for, a while. And then, the Christmas cookies come out and, the delicious food that you remember as a kid, and all the psychological cravings come back, and you're like, well, it is only Christmas, and you try it. And boy, I really got off of it, where I was ordering Chinese food and whatever I wanted. By January, I was like ordering dumplings and I just didn't care. I'm like, when I go back to, I live in California now. So when I go back to California, I'll get back on plan and I know how to do it and I'll lose weight and it'll be no problem. And maybe it'll even be better because I will have been off the diet. So I'll just drop another 20 pounds very easily. At this point, I was my lowest weight before Christmas was 162. And at this point I was probably like 165, 168. And I went up to 170, like quickly. And then I went home, and it triggered something else in me, which is the fact that once I went back on keto, the weight came off quick, 5 pounds in a week, and I was so happy. But then I hit another plateau for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I said, oh my God, did I ruin my body? I was so nervous. Something else that I was really nervous about is that I also found out, well, let me go back to 2012. My father passed away in 2012 of diabetes. In 2013 or 14, I found out that I was pre-diabetic. So through one of my journeys of keto, I learned that keto can help diabetes. And so I was really excited to see my A1C numbers come down, and when I would go to the doctor, they'd be like, great, keep it up. Like, let's get it even lower. And so it was really helping everything. And so when I hit this plateau in recent January, I really felt like, what if I screwed everything up and I can't get it off, and I'm trying everything, and even I'm trying exercise, and what did I do? Well, now I'm starting to watch more medical doctors like Dr. Stephen Finney and others, and I'm trying to figure out, did I mess up my body? And I'm learning that I didn't mess up my body, that your body is resilient, but sometimes it takes a minute, sometimes it takes a beat. And I'm on this journey, a lot of trials by the diet keto. And that is how I got this blog name, and that is why I wanted to blog it, because I feel like there's other people out there who are trying keto and might want to give up, or trying keto and determined like me to make it work because you like it, you like the experience. But I just want you to know that we're not alone. You're not alone. There's others out there, and maybe we can do this together. I'm really excited because I feel like I had help. I had Nicole Burgess, and I had Jessica on Keto Rewind. I felt like I had help throughout my journey with my YouTube friends. So if I can be a YouTube friend, that would be the greatest gift to me. I'm really excited. And at the very least, if I help no one, then I'm holding myself accountable, and I'm tracking myself and vlogging about myself and what I do to make sure that I continue on my journey the best way I can. Right now, as part of my journey, I'm really in a tracking phase where I'm tracking my macros on Carb Manager. I'm newly into tracking my blood ketone levels and my glucose levels, and getting a GKI, which is a glucose ketone index number. And I'm really trying to see, and we can go through this on another time, but I'm really trying to see what foods I eat affect me. So if I would love to help somebody, but if I can't, then at least I'm doing what's best for me, and I'm taking control of my own life. I'm taking control of my own body, and I will not die of diabetes. I will not have diabetes. I will not get old of diabetes, and I will reverse my pre-diabetic status. I have reversed my pre-diabetic status, and I will stay that way, because there's no food in the world that's worth you not feeling good. I mean, there's food that is worth cheating for, or not cheat. I don't like to call it cheating, but there's food that's worth the guilt, because we know that we do feel guilty when we get off plan. But there's food that's worth it, but not food that's worth your life. And so let's just see how it goes. I'm really excited. If you have any questions, I guess, if you're watching this, if you've made it this far, leave the questions down below. I'm happy to help. I will be posting some videos, next steps for me, talking about next steps. Next step for me is like I contacted Verta, I believe, and I'll make another video about it, but I'll show interviews I had with Verta and next steps with that, which is a diabetic health clinic. And I'll be tracking those videos. If you're interested, I can leave more information about it. But that's it. That's basically me and my journey right now. It is a journey. It's it's going many different directions. It's, but it is keto. And the other thing I want to say is, keto, there's dirty keto, clean keto, lazy keto, but they're all keto. Like, you have to do what's right for you. Don't listen to anybody say, oh, dirty keto is not healthy. Okay, but maybe that's phase one of where you are. Or maybe you're like sick of being clean keto and you need a break and dirty keto is where you're at. That's okay. Give yourself some grace. I've definitely gone through those stages, and I'm having my trial by keto and you're having your trial by keto. So allow it. It's okay. And we're going to get there. We're going to be healthy. We're going to be fit. We're not going to let our bodies control us. We're going to take control of our bodies. Thank you, everyone. And that's it. Bye.